The only way Woodley and Jake Paul 2 happens again is if Jake Paul has no other options. That's the only way that happens again. We've seen it. It's out. We've seen that. It's been done. As Logan Paul said, it's old news. It's old news, man. So if he wants to stay active and wants to highlight reel, he could fight Tommy Fury. I don't think that does crazy views, but Tommy Fury's pretty big over in the UK. Jake Paul's fans would watch him in a hot dog eating contest, so he's always going to sell. So that might do it. But as I told Schultze too, I know I'm bouncing around here, but as I told Schultze on Flagrant 2, he goes, "There's no way Woodley versus Paul's gonna be bigger than Askren." I'm like, dude, you're out of your mind, dude. It's like a snowball effect. Every win he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because like my dad, he was like he was in town. I was working, so he's with my family, so I wasn't there. And then I was like, Dad, I got to go to work at 4. So I was with him for a few hours, barely saw him. I got to go to work. He's like, for what? I'm like, oh, it's Woodley, Jake Paul. And he's like, what? Jake Paul's fighting Woodley? I'm like, yeah, man. What planet do you live on? And he was just like, yeah, really? And he's like, this is a terrible fight for Paul. I'm like, maybe. We don't know. And then when I came home, he's like, holy shit, Jake Paul beat him? I was like, yeah. My dad goes, I'll watch his next fight. So now it like gave the common fan like, check. Oh shit, he beat Woodley? Shit, I'll watch the next fight. Because remember, unless you're balls deep in the game, which a lot of you guys are watching or listening to this, or the people in this room, Woodley as this monster. You don't remember. People don't really remember like the last kind of 3 holes of somebody's career to put into golf references. Like, you remember Woodley's body of work, that monster, dude, the Hendricks, the Roy McDonald fights, like the Josh Koscheck's, like he's gotten so many great fights. Like that's how the common fan knows him. You don't know that he hasn't won a fucking round in I don't know how long. Well, he won rounds last night. I'll give him 2 to 3 rounds. I'll give him 3 rounds probably. In MMA, he hadn't won a round in a hot second. My dad didn't know that. And then when I go, yeah, he beat Woodley, my dad's like, holy shit, really? I'm going to watch the next one. I wonder how many people are going to do that, especially if it's a decent name. And especially when I told my dad, I went, maybe he could fight Anderson. My dad goes, no, he wouldn't fight Anderson. I'm like, well, no, he would. He would definitely fight Anderson Silva. He goes, that's a terrible idea. I'm like, is it? That's the thing with this. Is it? I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. I have no idea what his ceiling is. And the one thing that I actually loved about his post-fight press conference is, he's an arrogant dude leading into it, and he does all those antics. That's that YouTube shit, man, which is fine. That's the world he comes from, and that's why he doesn't get nervous, and he's cool, calm, and collected under pressure. Even though he's fighting a monster in Woodley, he doesn't care. His brother didn't care when he fought Floyd Mayweather. They have this crazy skill set where that stuff doesn't bother him. But what's crazy to me is in that post-fight press conference when he goes, I didn't do great tonight. I give myself a C- or a C. I have so much more to show. Like, I didn't look great in there. I went, that's usually a sign of a smart guy who knows exactly where he's at, what he's capable of, and he didn't show up. Because if he was like, dude, I whooped his ass, it's firing all cylinders, best I've ever looked, it shows that he's humble, and it also shows awareness that he does have growth, and that's such a good sign if you're a Jake Paul fan. That's such a good sign. Yeah, and you see these high-level UFC guys say it all the time. Not my best performance. It's like, dude, you knocked that guy out in 2 minutes with a head kick. I'm like, I know, but I was a little off. My footwork was out. Like, you want those guys to be critical of their performances. You don't want the guy just being like, oh, it was flawless. Because that was not flawless in any facet. It just wasn't. So he's self-aware. So I don't know what happens with him next, y'all. I don't know. I'd love to get your ideas. I could text his manager. I don't think they know. They're going to do what they do. They're going to fish. They're going to fish for big fish. They're going to keep fishing for big fish. If it doesn't happen, they go, Woodley or Fury? What do you guys want to do? I bet they go Fury. Woodley, if he wants to get 2 fights in this year, or he just wants 1, they might do Woodley over Fury. I don't know. But if they think that Fury is going to check the box of the casual fan going, I want to see him fight a real boxer. Okay. Is Tommy Fury your real boxer? Because he's going to knock that guy out. So if he wants a highlight reel, you're going to see Tommy Fury next.